and welcome to my tarot channel. Today's video is what is your shadow, and there are 4 piles, 1 through 4. So you're going to pick a pile using your own intuition, and then I will do your reading about what your shadow is. So take your time. If you need to, pause the video. This is pile 1 with the little charm. You can either go by what the pile looks like or by the charm. It's a little January charm. Pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. So just take your time picking your pile. And if you need to, like I said, you can pause the video. It's pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. What is your shadow? And I'm going to start with pile 1 now. And I will read your oracle card to you for what is your shadow as well. So you got the Forest. The Knight of Pentacles, so Page of Swords upside down. 3, 8 of Cups. So maybe you're just a more savage person, and we will read in your shadow self, we will read your oracle card. Consider for a moment your earliest memory of the forest. It's likely it included all the mythic dynamics of this archetypal space. A little fear, a little enchantment, perhaps losing your way, perhaps discovering a secret mystical treasure. Such is the magic of the forest. It requires first that you enter it, and then that you get lost within it. You may think there is a path to lead you straight through, but soon enough you'll be on what is known as the pathless path. There are tricksters here, dense foliage, and entanglement. But equally present are the glimmers of fairy light and friends among the trees. You're on an adventure now, and there's no turning back, so embrace the dim light and the moving shadows, whether literal or imaginal. Brave the forest and get lost getting found. Concealment, density, savagery, childlike wonder, adventure. So maybe you're a more earthy, savage type person underneath, with a bit of a childlike nature, and it's easy for you to walk away. You like adventure a lot, and you're a very like earthy type of person that likes the things of the world and the things of the earth type of person, a very physical probably type of person. So that would be your shadow aspect, and maybe a bit more childlike, selfish in a way. So that is your shadow. If it's integrated within you, you know, you just make your way and you don't let anyone stop you type of thing, probably. Maybe a little more savage than you need to be, but that if it's integrated, then that wouldn't be the case. That is your reading for your shadow. We'll move on to pile number 2. So for pile number 2, you got the Shaman, and I will read your oracle card as well. And maybe you felt a bit betrayed before. You like to meditate, so you like to like go in your own space and meditate. You also got the High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles upside down, so you're like a very magical type of person, probably someone that has really good intuition. I'll read your oracle card now, but alright. 3 archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman, and all must be present in order to reveal its magic. First, the shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study. Second, its orientation is generously and accurately aimed toward the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, the healer. And third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world, the unseen. In this way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. Yet where there is power, there is shadow, so the shaman must be vigilant in studying their darkness. This card reminds us that the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it and share it with the world. So, if your shadow is integrated, fearless student and practitioner, and then if not, overpromises, blames, hurts self and others. So you're maybe more of a like healer type. Maybe you felt betrayed in the past. You need to like go into yourself sometimes and meditate a lot. And maybe more of like a watery or airy type of person that really understands the spiritual, maybe a very spiritual person and a healing type of person. If your shadow is integrated, is the type of person, and your shadow is the shaman. So that is your reading for pile number 2. I will move on to pile number 3 now. So what is your shadow? You got the Mother, and I will read that. Knight of Cups upside down. So it can maybe be a bit cold sometimes. And a more feminine, like a feminine type of person that's more honest and maybe a bit cutting at times. Obviously more mature. We begin our archetypal story with the Mother's love. Through her sensual, fertile, and life-giving energy, all creation takes form. Regardless of our birth story, each of our hearts beat for the first time in the warm womb of the Mother, where she offered resources from her body for the building of her own. Yet her tale is not so simple, as the Mother, especially on the earthly plane, contains both light and dark aspects of the feminine. With the best of intentions, the Mother wraps her loving arms around her creations and begins to grip what she meant to set free. The Mother both nurtures and prohibits growth. She gives yet clings. She creates yet restricts. Amid this complex energy, the Mother holds the key to the eternal challenge of love. So when light, glowing, generative, creative, nurturing; when dark, dim, exhausted, controlling, and limiting. So that is your shadow. And I see it largely down here in the cards too, so that probably is your shadow if you pick this pile for sure. And you have that feminine, motherly energy. And you have you have a motherly type personality probably too if your shadow's integrated into you. But that is your reading for pile number 3, so we'll move on to pile number 4 now. So for pile number 4, what is your shadow? You got the Mystic, and I will read that oracle card as well. And Tower upside down. The Lovers, Strength, and the Hierophant. So you're likely a strong person that's balanced, that you probably have your shadow integrated as well, and you're a very all about like what's right, what's wrong type of thing as well too. But we'll read what your shadow is. The mystic is often misunderstood in our culture, depicted as a wandering or lighthearted daydreamer. Yet like Shiva, the true mystic plays a critical role in society, remaining fearlessly dedicated to the path of transformation. In order to save the earth from darkness, Shiva swallows the poison of the world and holds it in his throat, slowly transmuting the liquid into nectar. This is the work of the mystic. They do not fear darkness, but rather sit in the presence of it, harness the potential and latent energy behind it, and embed it with light. They are patient and prudent change makers, seeking growth above all else. Unanswerable questions are the mystic's lifeblood. The mystic revels in the mystery in the great riddle of life, dancing with the forces of light and dark upon its wings. So when light, remover of darkness, visionary, ageless; when dark, expects results, seeks attention and recognition. So if your shadow is, integrated, then you'd be like a remover of darkness, a visionary, and ageless. That is your reading, and like a visionary and a person that's all about like a strong person that's all about like the justice and everything of the world and helping others maybe. That is your shadow if it is integrated. But yeah, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed your reading about what is your shadow. Thank you.